is a land sealed off from the world, a place of shadows, silence, secrets, and suffering. But here's the question that has haunted millions. Why did a young American tourist travel to North Korea and return home on the brink of death? What really happened to Otto Warmbier inside the world's most feared prison system?
I entirely beg you, people and government of the DPR Korea, for your forgiveness. Please, I have made the worst mistake of my life.
Today, we peel back the layers of mystery, revealing the underground palaces and terrifying nuclear ambitions of a regime unlike any other. And in the end, we'll expose the chilling reason why North Korea remains one of the most dangerous nations on Earth. Segment 1, Otto Warmbier, the American who never returned. In 2016, 21-year-old Otto Warmbier, an honors student from Ohio, joined a guided tour to North Korea, one of the few legal ways Americans could enter the country. During his stay at the Yanggakdo International Hotel in Pyongyang, Otto allegedly tried to take down a propaganda poster from a restricted floor. A simple act, but in North Korea, nothing is simple and nothing is safe. He was swiftly arrested and brought before state television in a choreographed confession. Tearfully, he begged for forgiveness, but the sentence had already been decided, 15 years of hard labor. For over a year, Otto's family heard nothing. Then in June 2017, he was suddenly returned to the US in a coma. His brain had been severely damaged, possibly from oxygen deprivation, torture, or forced medication. He never regained consciousness and died 6 days later. To this day, North Korea denies wrongdoing, but experts believe Otto became a pawn in the regime's political game. Segment 2, why North Korea is so dangerous. North Korea's threat doesn't start at its borders. It starts with a government that has mastered fear, secrecy, and force not just against its own people, but against the world. This isn't just another authoritarian regime. It's a nuclear-armed nation led by a ruler who answers to no one, follows no rules, and thrives on keeping everyone guessing. Behind the walls of propaganda lies a danger that's both strategic and psychological. The first and most obvious threat is nuclear power real, tested, and ready. North Korea has conducted over 6 nuclear tests and now claims to have miniaturized warheads capable of reaching South Korea, Japan, and even parts of the United States.
U.S. officials have confirmed that overnight North Korea launched an intercontinental ballistic missile, ICBM, capable of reaching Alaska.
Kim Jong Un called it a gift to the Trump administration.
This is the end goal, or at least towards the end goal, for North Korea.
These are not empty threats. Their missile tests have already flown over Japanese territory. And every time global leaders try to negotiate, Pyongyang responds with silence or worse, a fresh missile launch. It's not just about power, it's about sending a message. We will not be ignored. The second danger is secrecy. No one outside North Korea knows how many nuclear weapons it has or where they're hidden. Intelligence agencies worldwide admit they're operating in the dark. There are no inspections, no transparency, no signs of compromise. This unpredictability is what keeps diplomats awake at night. Because with North Korea, the scariest move isn't the one they make, it's the one no one sees coming. Lastly, and most chilling, is the regime's complete control over its people. In North Korea, the leader isn't just obeyed, he's worshipped. Speaking out means prison camps. Disobedience means your family disappears. Paranoia is not just encouraged, it's enforced. In this kind of environment, there's no room for rebellion, no room for mercy, and no clear way out. This is why North Korea is more than a political problem. It's a time bomb, waiting to decide when it wants the world to flinch. Segment 3, the horrors of North Korea's prison camps. Deep within the remote mountains and forests of North Korea lie some of the most terrifying places on Earth, the Kwanlee-so political prison camps. These are not ordinary prisons. They are massive, hidden facilities where over 100,000 people are held. Not for crimes they committed, but for who they are. In many cases, entire families are punished for the words or actions of a single relative. Imagine being born into a life sentence simply because your grandfather once spoke out against the regime. Inside these camps, human suffering reaches a level that's hard to believe. Survivors who escaped describe a daily life of starvation, freezing cold, and backbreaking forced labor, never once seeing freedom, never once receiving justice. These camps aren't just prisons. They are the regime's darkest weapon. They exist to erase anyone who dares to question or resist. The world only hears whispers of what happens inside, but those whispers are chilling enough. In these forgotten corners of North Korea, thousands of lives are crushed in silence while the rest of the world looks away. Segment 4, Kim Jong Un's Underground Empire. Why is North Korea so obsessed with building underground? The answer lies in power, secrecy, and survival. Satellite images and intelligence sources have uncovered over 800 underground facilities, while others are made just for Kim Jong Un himself. Luxurious hideaways no outsider has ever seen. These tunnels are not small. Some run for miles beneath mountains and cities, reinforced to survive direct missile strikes or even nuclear war. There are secret railways, hidden exits, and fortified command posts where top officials can operate even in the middle of a full-scale invasion. But not all of them are Cold War bunkers. Some are built like underground palaces, complete with golden chandeliers, private movie theaters, swimming pools, and elite clubs reserved only for the regime's inner circle. This underground empire reveals one terrifying fact. If the world above collapses, North Korea's elite won't blink. While the people suffer on the surface, the leadership has carved out a secure, hidden kingdom below. It's a strategy built on fear and a clear message to the world. No matter what happens, the regime is ready to vanish underground. Segment 5, Luxury Amid Starvation. While millions of ordinary North Koreans struggle to find enough food, Kim Jong Un lives like a modern-day king. His drinks of choice, imported French wine, and Hennessy cognac. From private yachts to Maybach limousines, Kim spares no expense. Despite harsh international sanctions, it's reported that he spent over $30 million on luxury goods in a single year. Behind the palace walls, life is extravagant. But beyond the gates, it's a completely different world. The average North Korean depends on government rations, often just a handful of cornmeal or a bowl of watery porridge. Malnutrition affects children and adults alike. Hospitals lack basic medicine. Electricity is unstable, and many regions suffer frequent blackouts. For many families, survival is a daily battle. This shocking contrast between the ruler and the people is no accident. It's not just about luxury, it's a message. Kim's lavish lifestyle is meant to display untouchable power. It shows that while the population suffers, the regime thrives. It's a form of psychological control, a way to keep people in fear and awe of the leadership's wealth, even as they starve. In North Korea, luxury isn't just about comfort, it's a weapon of domination. Every imported dish reinforces a brutal truth. One man eats like a king, while millions suffer in silence. Segment 6, The Pleasure Squad, North Korea's darkest secret. One of the darkest and most shocking parts of North Korea's hidden world is the so-called Pleasure Squad, or Gipyeomjo. According to multiple defectors and intelligence reports, this secret group is made up of young girls, sometimes just 14 years old, who are selected from schools across the country. These girls are taken from their families and placed into a controlled environment.
We simply don't know enough about Kim Jong Un.
North Koreans feel proud to be selected as Pleasure Squad.
Every region have to submit a girl who is a virgin and who is pretty.
Where they are trained for months in music, dance, and other forms of entertainment. But behind these cultural skills lies a disturbing reality. Their role is not simply to perform, but to serve the personal desires of the regime's highest-ranking officials. Once chosen, these girls lose all freedom over their lives. They are treated as state property, with their paths decided entirely by senior party members. Some are assigned to senior military officers, while others are moved from compound to compound under strict surveillance. Even after they are released from service, many are forced into arranged marriages or are never heard from again. The entire system is built to serve the elite, with no regard for the personal dignity or future of the women involved. Although the North Korean government denies the existence of such a program, the testimonies of former insiders tell a different story. This alleged system is not just about control, it's about domination at the deepest personal level. In a country where even food and electricity are luxuries, companionship itself is carefully selected, supervised, and enforced. The pleasure squad stands as a haunting symbol of how the regime strips individuals of their humanity, using power not only to control behavior, but to own the most intimate parts of a person's life. For the outside world, it remains one of the clearest signs of how far the regime will go to preserve its absolute rule even at the cost of its own people's innocence and freedom. Segment 7. Nuclear ambitions and global threat. North Korea's nuclear program is one of the most dangerous and talked about threats in the world today. Since its first test in 2006, the country has carried out multiple nuclear explosions, each one bigger and more advanced than the last. These are not just empty shows of power. North Korea has also developed long-range ballistic missiles, which experts believe can now reach nearby countries like South Korea and Japan, and even distant locations such as Guam and possibly Washington, D.C. Every time they test a new missile, it sends a strong and frightening message to the global community. North Korea is not backing down, but this raises a serious question. Why would a country with widespread poverty, food shortages, and limited electricity keep spending so much on weapons? The answer lies in strategy. For the North Korean regime, nuclear weapons are not just tools of destruction, they are protection. These weapons serve as a powerful shield that discourages other countries from taking military action. As long as North Korea can threaten to strike back, it feels safe from attack. In other words, these bombs are not only about power, they are about survival. To the outside world, this is extremely worrying. A country with such tight control over its people, limited transparency, and a leader who rules with an iron grip now holds weapons that could cause massive destruction. And unlike many other nations, North Korea is not part of major international agreements that limit nuclear weapons. This makes their program unpredictable and dangerous. The global community continues to impose sanctions and hold talks, but North Korea's nuclear ambitions remain firm, because in their eyes, these weapons are the one thing that keeps the world from bringing the regime down. Segment 8, the ultimate secret revealed. Why has North Korea spent decades building hundreds of hidden tunnels, underground bunkers, and secret mountain palaces? According to experts, the answer is chilling. Kim Jong Un is preparing for the worst-case scenario, the fall of his regime. Whether through a public uprising, a complete economic collapse, or a foreign military strike, the leadership believes that one day everything could unravel. This deep fear and paranoia drive nearly every major decision made by the regime, including these massive underground preparations. But these bunkers aren't just for hiding. They're designed as backup command centers, secret places where the top leadership can escape, regroup, and continue ruling in case the capital, Pyongyang, is lost. If the government were to collapse above ground, the leadership could disappear into the mountains and continue their operations from the shadows. It's a survival plan that shows just how determined they are to hold on to power, no matter what happens on the surface. These shelters are more than just defense systems. They're symbols of the regime's plan to outlive any disaster. This final revelation tells us something deeper about North Korea. The danger isn't just the weapons they have or the soldiers they command, it's the mindset behind it all. The regime is willing to go to extreme lengths to stay in power, even if it means dragging the country into chaos. For Kim Jong Un and his inner circle, surrender is not an option. They would rather destroy everything than lose control. And that terrifying truth is what makes North Korea one of the most unpredictable and dangerous threats in the modern world. Segment 9, controlling the narrative. Propaganda and isolation. North Korea's grip on power doesn't rely only on weapons and bunkers. It depends heavily on controlling what people see, hear, and believe. From the moment a child enters school, they are taught to revere the Kim family as near-divine figures. History is rewritten, facts are filtered, and loyalty is rewarded even if it means betraying your own family. The regime has built a reality so controlled that truth itself becomes whatever the government says it is. State-run media is the only information source available. There's no internet, no outside books, and no global TV networks. Radios are fixed to government stations, and foreign materials are banned under threat of prison or execution. North Koreans don't even know what the rest of the world looks like. Many believe they live in the most prosperous and free nation on earth because that's all they've ever been told. In this system, ignorance is not just a condition, it's a tool of control. To maintain this illusion, the regime doesn't just isolate the people, it manipulates what the world sees too. Foreign visitors are carefully guided, shown model schools. What they don't see are the labor camps. Defectors often describe a moment of shock when they realize how deeply they were deceived for most of their lives. That's how powerful the state's narrative is. It buries reality under layers of lies. This extreme control over information is one of the regime's most dangerous weapons. It creates a population that can't question, can't organize, and can't even dream of another life. For the Kim dynasty, propaganda isn't just about boosting image. It's about survival. Because in a world where truth is known, the regime would have no place to hide. Segment 10, Cyber War, North Korea's silent battlefield. While the world watches North Korea's missiles and military parades, another war is being waged silently, invisibly, and globally. North Korea has built a powerful cyber army that doesn't require tanks or jets. Instead, it uses keyboards and code to strike banks, steal secrets, and disrupt governments. These hackers are trained from a young age, recruited from elite schools, and sent abroad under false identities to carry out missions. Perhaps the most infamous cyber attack was the WannaCry ransomware in 2017. The attack was eventually traced back to a North Korean group known as Lazarus Group, a shadowy collective responsible for digital heists and cyber espionage worldwide. From stealing $81 million from Bangladesh's central bank to targeting Sony Pictures for a film that mocked Kim Jong Un, these operations reveal how the regime uses cyber warfare as both revenge and revenue. These cyber soldiers don't operate from inside North Korea alone, using foreign internet access to avoid detection. Their missions generate hundreds of millions of dollars of money that helps the regime bypass sanctions, fund its weapons programs, and keep the elite loyal. In a country where most citizens can't even access Google, its government operates one of the most aggressive cyber units in the world. This invisible war is one of North Korea's most dangerous weapons because it crosses borders without a single missile launch. It allows the regime to project power far beyond its size or economy. In the digital age, bombs are no longer the only threat. A virus, a hack, a data breach. These are the new weapons of a desperate regime with nothing to lose and everything to gain. Segment 11, the road ahead. Collapse, revolution, or survival? Where is North Korea really heading? That's the question experts and world leaders keep asking. On the surface, the country appears stable. Kim Jong Un maintains control, the military stays loyal, and the streets of Pyongyang seem calm. But under the surface, the reality is far more fragile. The economy is in ruins, sanctions have cut off much-needed supplies, and many people are barely surviving. This combination of pressure, hardship, and international isolation has led many to wonder, is the regime standing strong, or are we watching a crumbling empire from the outside? Some analysts believe that North Korea could face an internal revolution. They argue that if fear stops working, if the people no longer believe in the regime's power, a collapse could happen fast. Just like the fall of the Soviet Union or the Arab Spring, authoritarian regimes can look solid right until they suddenly fall apart. If that fear-based spell is broken, after all, when people realize they've been lied to for generations, the response can be explosive. But others argue the regime is evolving, not weakening. Kim Jong Un is no longer just relying on tradition and terror. He's building new alliances. Inside North Korea, propaganda still works. Defectors say children are brainwashed from birth, and any voice of dissent is instantly silenced. The reward system ensures loyalty. In this way, the regime isn't just surviving, it's adapting to survive even longer. And yet that survival comes at a horrifying cost. Most North Koreans don't live, they endure. The world watches, but real change seems impossible. So what's next? Will North Korea finally collapse, slowly open up to the world, or drag us into a larger conflict to maintain control? One thing is certain, this is not just a country. It's a regime built on fear, secrecy, and survival. And in North Korea, the future isn't written in hopes, it's hidden in the shadows. So now we leave you with a question. Is North Korea preparing for peace or for something far more terrifying? What do you think? Let us know in the comments below. If you found this investigation eye-opening, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more deep dives into the world's most dangerous secrets. We'll see you in the next episode, if the regime lets us.